Today, I will be giving my persuasive speech on why you should have a smartphone and the many advantages that come with having a smartphone. So, the first advantage, and probably the most obvious advantage, would be the picture quality. Seems like every year and every new phone comes out with their new phone, but the biggest improvement they've made on it is probably their camera. At least that's how it's been in the past few years. And the reason to have a smartphone with a camera would be it'd be one less thing to remember, and it takes great quality pictures. I mean, some of the newest phones, like the iPhones and the Samsungs, take pictures better than some super expensive cameras. And many people opt for a smartphone over a camera because it's one less thing that you have to take with you. And you don't need any external storage. You don't need to transfer pictures from a camera to a computer. Everything just automatically gets backed up through your phone, whether you have an iPhone or a Samsung. iPhones, obviously, you have the iCloud, and then Samsung, you can back your things up to Google Photos and have them wherever you go, just at your fingertips, which is a lot easier than having to get an SD card and then ask if a family member asks you to see pictures and you only have a camera, then you have to get an SD card. Your family has to bring their computer, or you have to bring your computer. You have to load all of them from the SD card onto the computer, then show them through the computer. Whereas with the phone, you can just pull it out, pull up your photo gallery, and show them the picture that you want to show them. The next reason that you should have a smartphone is for the built-in GPS. So this comes in handy when you're on road trips. All smartphones have access to cellular data as long as you have a SIM card and have them through a carrier. And you can use Google Maps, you can use Apple Maps, and you just type in the destination, and your phone gives you step-by-step directions on where to go, how to get there, how long it'll take. Some apps even have, if there's heavy traffic going to where you're going, or I know an app that will alert you if there's an accident up ahead or if there are police cars on the side of the road. And this is a great function because if there's an accident coming up and you don't know, I mean, that's how some interstate accidents happen. You know, people don't see the accident coming up, they forget to hit the brakes, and there's like a rear end collision. Another plus of this built-in GPS is if you're getting your kid their first smartphone, there are apps that actually monitor where your kid is at, so you know where they're at all times. So like if your 16-year-old just gets a car and you're worried about if they get in an accident and they can't like call you, then you can download an app and always see where they're at. And if the app shows that they're like in a snowstorm somewhere on the side of the road, then maybe they got in a ditch. You could call them on the phone, see where they're at, and go out and help them or get help to them. Another great benefit of having these smartphones would be FaceTime with family members or friends. And not just FaceTime. You can download Skype, and you'll have, as long as you have it through a phone carrier, you have cellular data access wherever you're at, or you could go to some free Wi-Fi space like the library or McDonald's, and you can FaceTime family members and friends or Skype family members and friends. And this way you can have like a face-to-face conversation or face-to-face interaction with your friends and family members rather than just texting or just calling. And that's another plus of having a smartphone too. So you get all these great benefits, but it also does the same thing as like your basic phone. And most commonly, all that people want is just to text and call. That's probably the number one reason why some people still have a basic phone, is because they think smartphones have too many bells and whistles. They'll never be able to use them, stuff like that. When in reality, all that a smartphone has is just stuff to improve on a user experience from a basic phone to a smartphone. So basic phones, you can take pictures, you can call, and you can text. You don't have access to data though. The picture quality isn't that great. Obviously, calling and texting is going to be the same. So going to a smartphone, you're going to have all of that plus more, plus a built-in GPS. Most people who have a basic phone have also invested in like a GPS system, like a TomTom or whatever you call them, that you put in the address and that'll take you there. With this, they don't even need that. They can just have a smartphone, type in the address, and it'll take them to where they need to go. As well as getting better pictures than what they currently have, and then they won't have to work on sending those pictures from that phone to their computer, because with the basic phone you still have to do it the old way and back them up to your computer, whereas on the newer phones they're just backed up through the cloud, like I said earlier. So there are many great benefits to having a smartphone over a basic phone or just having a smartphone in general. And I hope I informed you on the benefits and persuaded you to get one. Thanks.